For each of the following claims, determine the null and alternative hypotheses. State whether the test is two-tailed, left-tailed, or right-tailed. Part A. In 2008, 62% of American adults regularly volunteered their time for charity work. A researcher believes that this percentage is different today. Let's write the null hypothesis first. The null hypothesis is denoted as H0. The null hypothesis will always be the statement that is given in the problem. We are told that 62% of Americans regularly volunteer their time for charity work. 62% can be represented as a proportion, so the parameter that we have is P. And for the null hypothesis, we always have that the parameter is equal to a value. And this will be equal to 62% as a decimal, which is 0.62. Now let's write the alternative hypothesis. We denote the alternative hypothesis as H1. The parameter is P, so for the alternative hypothesis, we will also have P. We are told that the researcher believes that this percentage is different today. This means different from 0.62, so this is not equal to 0.62. Notice that the null and alternative hypothesis will always have the same value on the right side. Because the alternative hypothesis is P is not equal to 0.62, this is a two-tailed test. Now let's look at Part B. According to a study published in March 2006, the mean length of a phone call on a cellular phone was 3.25 minutes. A researcher believes that the mean length of a call has increased since then. First, let's write the null hypothesis. The problem mentions the mean, so the parameter is mu. And remember that the null hypothesis is always a parameter equal to some value. We are told that in March of 2006, the mean length of a phone call on a cellular telephone was 3.25 minutes. So H0 will be mu is equal to 3.25. Now let's write the alternative hypothesis. The parameter is mu, so we will also use mu for H1. The researcher believes that the mean length of a phone call has increased since then, so we will use mu greater than. And we will use the same value, which is 3.25. Because the alternative hypothesis is greater than, this is a right-tailed test.